So what do we have here? Another table talk. I'm a love, I'm a love. And in this table talk, it has to do about treating people right, treating people with dignity, treating people with respect, treating people with honor, especially when you're married, though. But just your average neighbor. You treat, you know, it's just to treat your neighbor right. Okay, don't do any ill to your neighbor, seeing that he lives trustingly by you, it says the book of Proverbs. You know, I mean, your neighbor lives right next to you, trusting you're not going to do anything to him or her. You know what I'm saying? So let me go over here to the other room to my daughter and the vein. Hi, my love. Hello, my lovey. I do have two children, and one was born in 2019, and the other one was born in 2022 by the grace of God and by my smarts. Okay, not by my wife. The second one. Um, she's laughing. Thank God. You have to understand that we're people. We're human beings. We're not. We're not. We're not. We're not. I was going to say we're not dogs, but some people treat dogs better than human beings. So I hate to say we're not dogs because dogs get treated, for the most part, domestic dogs, they get treated better than some people. They got their own little house, they have their toys, they have their clothes. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm in love as I drink my coffee over here at 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 to tell you to be exact, 5:15. And reason my wife has to understand that she has to treat people with dignity, with respect, with honor, okay? In a godly way, in a God-fearing way. You don't get what the hell you want to get, either money or whatever the case may be, by treating people like less than human beings. And that's what she's doing to me now. She's treating me, like everything is my fault. No, everything is not her fault. But for the most part, everything is her fault. Okay? And she had a chance to marry an American, which I gave her that chance, and we got married on December the 14th, 2018. Right away, I mean, almost when I got out off the plane, I got married. For God's sakes, okay. Hi, my love. My love. I got off of the plane. I touched down on October the 28th, and we got married in December the 14th. Can't be any sooner than that, unless you want to have the altar at the airport. Cried out loud. You see what I'm saying? She laughs when I cough, and sometimes I cough just to make her laugh because she's a special child, and she could have a seizure at any time. We don't know, So just keep her happy. I keep her placated and happy, which means the same thing basically. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, she has to understand, And then when I befriended her in 2017, I'm gonna do this history of me and Riza. In 2017, we thought nothing of it, and we didn't even speak. We didn't even speak in 2017. I don't even know what month it was. I got to look at the friend request, and I mean, it goes way back to 2017. I don't even know what month. If it was in the beginning or the middle or the end of the year, I don't know. But then we started talking on February of 2018, the following year, and then, to my mistake, we got engaged on March the 20th. It's too soon. You don't get engaged to somebody by knowing somebody a month or basically 2 months and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. It was ridiculous on my part, And me being a Christian person, a lover of the book, of the Bible, a lover of God, philosophy, how you call it? Theophilus. And that's what we Christian people are. We are a whole bunch of Theophiluses, okay? People who love God, people who love the Lord Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? God the Father, the Lord Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. And we love the book, and we love God's people, and we love God's plan for our lives. We're different people. We're not of the darkness. We're of the light. And so basically, I did have in the spiritual realm of it all, I did have fault in choosing somebody like that who I knew basically, like maybe 80% she was not saved. So yeah, I do take a lot of the fault, the majority of the fault. I would say like 90% of the fault of me choosing, us getting engaged and stuff like that, and the stuff before that leads before marriage. Hi, my love. Was my fault because I'm more spiritually mature, and I should know better, especially what comes under the umbrella of verses 14 through 18, not to be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. 2 Corinthians chapter 6. You understand what I'm saying? Hi, my love. You know what I mean? So that part of it, I do have the fault. But while being married, while being in the marriage, okay, she basically has like what I have in the fault in us even getting married in the first place. She has even greater percentage of the things happening to us while being married. Unless I could get the percentage because I should have just ignored a lot of it. But that's not the way I was brought up. I wasn't brought up to be a dirty person. I wasn't brought up to be. I mean, household wise. Hi, my love, Anna, my love. And I wasn't brought up to be irresponsible with kids. I wasn't brought up to live in a certain way. I wasn't brought up to cheat, to be unfaithful, which she has done. She has committed adultery. She has been unfaithful, and she has cheated online and probably slept with one or two people, outside of our marriage bed. She has been critically dangerous to our children in a sense that you don't fight with your brother. You don't have a fist fight with your brother while being pregnant with a child, which she did, and other things that she has done, and I have chronicled with her children. But that's not water under the bridge. I'm not gonna say that, but that's already been said. But she has been treating me with an attitude problem, muttering in Filipino when she don't get her way, when I don't give her money in a month. You had your shot. You had your opportunity to have total control of my money, and she blew it. I'm not gonna get into why she blew it. She just blew it. She didn't, buy the things necessary for us to have, the whole entire month, and she blew it. And it's my money. It's not hers. It's mine. That check I get from the United States of America every month. Okay, because of my eyes and because of my work experience. So I earned that. She didn't earn it. She's not even an American citizen. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? If she goes right now to the United States, okay, she'll get sent back in the Trump era. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. I mean, that's just the deal. I mean, which I don't support that president at all. And I say that president because I'm here in the Philippines and what's happening over there in the United States of America, my home country, the country that I was born in 1965. To my chagrin, I say to my chagrin because I'm 59. Okay, I'm going on 60 this year. Thank God I have a good voice. I don't know what happened to Tristan Rogers' voice. Robert Scorpio. I mean, he's so bloody old. What the hell happened to Robert? I know he's 78, but I have seen people who are in their 70s and who sound way better than that. I mean, I think it's just the vocal cords. See, two things really make you look old. Okay, your hair and your voice. If everything else looks okay, you can get away with being 78, and then you're not gonna look and sound your age. But if you have your voice sounding like it's like 90. But I don't know what happened to Robert Scorpio, but that's another thing. I'm a big Robert Scorpio fan, and Sean Donnelly and Anna Devane. That's why I named two of my kids by two of those names. Anna Devane and Sean Donnelly. I wouldn't name another child, and this is what I want to get into also. Robert, though. As much as I love Robert Scorpio from General Hospital, I'm not gonna name my child Scorpio. I'll name him Angelo. That's a name that I have for him. for a upcoming child, male child, if God sees it in the cards for me, has it in the cards for me. And then the other children, if they're born girls, will be Nilda and Angelica. Nilda first, and then Angelica later. Not because of importance, because of the importance of the name. That's why I want to get the names out of the way as fast as I can. And she doesn't want to make love anymore. My wife, she doesn't communicate to me anymore. So she could be in a room with me for 5 hours straight, and I'm telling you, and nothing will be said between me and her. And that's the thing about compatibility. We don't have anything compatible. That's another thing that I should have looked upon. Are we compatible? Hi, my love. you know, I'm trying to keep her happy, because then she's gonna be crying and messing up the whole recording. We don't have anything. We don't have anything compatible with each other. But this, I already spoke on that though. That's child's play to get into that. And I had great fault, not only spiritually but just physically. We just don't match, and it was bound to fail. I mean, we don't have anything in common. Our families don't have anything in common. She has a very lousy family, a very unclean, unkept, and ungodly family. And so those two things, I have to see in a woman, meaning the opposite of those things. If I'm to get married with if I'm to get married again, it has to be a woman that's the opposite side of that. As I forget my English here in the Philippines, you understand what I'm saying? And then compatibility is a very big issue. I was just watching Anna Devane and Duke Lavery yesterday. They were talking on a couch to see what they're compatible with and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Well, I don't like this. I don't like that. I like this restaurant. I wouldn't take you to that one. Oh, I like the Beatles. I like the Beatles too. We don't like it. We don't like anything that we like. That's a big issue, because when you're in a room, what the hell are you gonna talk about if you're not compatible with somebody? What the hell are you going to talk about? And that has to be in the cards in the next relationship that I have. It has to be these red flags and black flags, actually, or yellow flags and red flags. Let's put it like in a race. Caution flag, red flag, like an accident flag or whatever the case may be. I mean, it's telling you something, and sometimes we don't listen to them and we get in trouble. And I can talk because I'm in trouble right now. I mean, I'm in a relationship that I'm waiting for a divorce to come here in the Philippines to get separated from this just awful, hideous woman. Is she a person who curses and stuff like that? No. Is she a person who I don't know. I mean, but is she a person who's just like Saddam Hussein's counterpart? I'm trying to say, is she a terrorist? No. That's the only way I could put it. She's not a terrorist. But she's an awful woman. She's terrible. She's ungodly. She's not a woman of the book. She's not a woman of the church. She's not a woman of faith. She's not a woman of fear of the Lord. She's not a woman that gives honor to the husband. She's not a woman that you can trust outside of the house. You can't even trust her inside of the house, because you don't know what the hell she's doing online. And the thing is, I was talking about this though, that she just treats me so badly. And I'll give you an example. It's just you could be with her, talking to her, and if you're not talking about giving her something, she tunes you off. She mutters in Filipino. And she talks not even behind your back. She talks behind your back right in front of your face. Everything's okay when we're talking about money that's coming her way. But she's just a hideous person. She doesn't listen. I tell her to keep the walkie-talkie on at all times. And you let me know when you're gonna have it off. And she has it off sometimes. And that's not good, because we have a special child. I got the walkie-talkies so we can stay in touch. And if there's an emergency, she can come over and administer the medicine to her when she has her teeth clenched, meaning the baby. because it's very hard for me, being a legally blind person, to administer the medicine to a child that clenches her teeth. Now what I do, I just, when she's crying, then I just put the medicine right in her mouth like that. So I just don't wait for her to clench her teeth too much. Um, she's very bad with the baby. The only thing she did is she listened to is to be on time with the food, with the it's like a powdered food, because Anna can't chew. She cannot eat, so she has to drink her food. So I buy her vitamins, and I buy her what do you call it? I buy her vitamins, and I buy her milk, plain food, and I buy her milk also. So so the thing is that she basically doesn't talk to me and disrespects me. You know, it's really hard to explain. You have to get into the details. You know, she talks in Filipino in front of people about me. She constantly disrespects what I say, any good advice. But when she wants something, then she asks for it. Oh, do you have soup? And then I give her soup. Do you have another corned beef? I have a corn. Okay, here's a corned beef. Do you have water? Because over here we don't have drinking water through the pipes like in the United States. Everybody can get those water cooler gallons, those big fat water cooler gallons, and then I get either 4 every Friday or 6 every Friday, or sometimes I get 8 of those big monstrosities, and you pay only 40 cents for a gallon. Oh, I mean, for not gallon, but because they're more than a gallon, but for every container, it's like 40 cents. And then when she needs one of those, then she'll talk nice to you and say, okay, well, I need a water. You have a water? The other day she was fixing up a house that she's building. Okay, do you have some electric cords? She comes over here and gets her things. And I bring her coffee, and I bring her juice, and I bring her hot chocolate, and I bring her sometimes chicken, and I bring her or bread, or like I said, just help like that. Sometimes I buy her toothpaste and shampoo, and the necessities and stuff like that, which I'm gonna stop doing, because you have to, when you have somebody evil like this, you can't keep on feeding the beast. You can't. You have to love your neighbors, yourself, and things like that, but you also have to give discipline to people. And I think the reason why she keeps on being a very evil person, I'm just gonna put it like that. She's not a terrorist, but she's an evil person nevertheless. Is because she knows that I'm gonna keep on giving. And see, the only way to hurt Riza is in the pocketbook, in the wallet. Okay, that's the only way. That's the only language that she understands is the cutting off of money in her life. Hi, Mala. So that's how it's gonna have to be. For my kids, everything. Oh, of course, they're not their fault. One is 5 years old, and one is basically almost 2.5 years old. It's just really 2 and 8 months. It's gonna be 2 and 9 months this month. Okay, God willing. You understand what I'm saying? So he's a baby. Sean is a baby. He doesn't even know what his last name is. He's not even 3 years old yet. He's gonna be 3, on June the 24th, God willing. But he's 2 years old. Not their fault. I'm going to continue to give everything that they need. And when she asks me, and she lives like 700 feet away, something like that, I don't know, maybe even more, and very close by. We could walk and be there in about maybe, basically like 2 minutes. Because she lives in the same village. She just made her house, out of plywood and bamboo and this and that. Very nicely constructed, but it needs cement and it needs a good foundation, and it needs to be expanded. And if you could expand that to maybe 3 more similar rooms like that, then you have yourself a really nice house. And if you could cement it all, and I think that's what I'm going to help in that, because my babies are going to be there and they need to be fortified, So that's why I'm gonna do it. When I have my money, I could do that myself. You know. Anyway, but she just treats me so mean. It's like a mean spirited way. Now I don't know if that has to do. I'm giving her an excuse right now, and I shouldn't. Could it be that she acts like that because she suffers from tuberculosis? Could it be that way? Could it be that she acts like that because she's also suffering of anemia? Could it be also that she's suffering? She's acting like that because she has kidney problems and low blood pressure problem and all those things together. Hi, my love. All those problems together. I mean, maybe even more than I don't even know. But one, two, three of those conditions, you know, can be fatal. And not only the low blood pressure also. And I was nice enough to buy her. Hi, my love. I was nice enough to buy her vitamin B last month. A very necessary thing. Okay. Um. And this month she says, "Oh well, I don't need it because I don't see when I go there that she bought vitamin B." But listen. If she wants to die, or whatever the case may be, well, then that's her problem. I have my conscience clean with Riza though, because I have helped her. When she was with me, I helped her out of the poverty. She's the poorest of the poor over here. I bought her a car. We had a car for about a year, and then we had to get rid of the payments because, you know, we couldn't keep up with the payments. So not at that time. At this time, I could keep up with the payments. Actually, my money's higher. Right now than it was before. Right now, I could easily afford if I wasn't paying Atian the 20,000 I was paying for the car easily because I give her 34,000. So I could easily actually buy a car easily if I get out of Atian's company. I think one of the first things I'm going to be doing is saving every month, or buying some materials every month, or just just getting to a mortgage or something like that, because it's very a mortgage you could 15,000 I could easily do that. But I'm paying Atian, and Atian is a person who's a very, very dear friend of mine. Not that we have like a special friendship like me and Denise or me and Gil or I don't know, like that. But not that we go way back and we tell each other our life stories and stuff, even though I do my part to do mine, say mine. But, she doesn't, she's not like that. I'm not saying she's a friend like that. But she has helped, my situation and my children very much by just being who she's meant to be in that office. And she's a godsend, But if I'm out of her company, well, then I can easily afford things that I can't afford now, and especially in the Philippines, though. But Riza is like a mean person. Let's just put it like that. Okay, she's just mean. It's okay to have an attitude sometimes and to be, mean sometimes, you put your foot down and say no, or like a mean disposition, but not every freaking time that you see somebody, though, man. Isn't it tiring to see somebody that's mean to you all the time? That's why I don't want her in this house anymore, like in the house, except if there's an emergency with the baby. She could drop Sean or the baby off. Anna, when she has Anna, she could drop Anna off at the, or I could pick her up. And I could pick her up and bring her all the way here, like I did, the other day. I mean, and I could bring her. We could bring each, our children to each other. Unless I buy something for her and bring it there, I'm not gonna enter into that house of hers. And I have no business entering that house. I have no business entering that house. I made it not my business to enter into that house. I don't give a damn about what she does in that house. That's between her and God. You know what? If it's dirty, it's dirty. I don't want to enter it because I know how it's going to be anyway. That house is clean now and everything like that because it was just made. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. This is just all there is to it. And oh, but I can't afford. Oh, well, you shouldn't have been opening up your legs, at the age of 16 or 17 years old, and 18 and 19 or whatever the case may be, and had three children, outside of wedlock. And then you should have went to college and did something with your life instead of opening up your legs like a big tunnel. They don't even have tunnels here in the Philippines. Um, maybe in Manila, maybe they might have a tunnel. I don't know. I don't even know if they have trains over here. And you should have been opening up your legs wide like a bridge, let's say, okay? And had three children outside of wedlock. You should have did something with your life. You should have went to school. Something that I told Laura to do, which she didn't. She opened up her legs, my niece-in-law. And all the girls that I say that to, man, they just get into freaking trouble and they can't do nothing with their lives. Look at one of the children of Tita Grace. You know what I mean? You would never think that she would have a child at her early age. And she did also. I mean, come on, man. It's just these girls never learn. And then they're stuck. They can't do nothing with their lives, I'm a love. you know? They can't do nothing with their lives because they're stuck. They don't, because they have their kids they have to bring up, and they ain't got no computer in the house, so they can't go to school, and they ain't got no money to pay the school. So all these girls, it's just a normal, average girl. I mean, which is not good when I say that. That a person is just a normal, everyday, run-of-the-mill girl. That's not flattering. That's the opposite. It's like you're like everybody else. That's a very, I'm not gonna say demeaning thing because it's the truth. But when I say that, when Angelo says that you're just an average, run-of-the-mill girl, different, better than anybody else. You're just the average, that's what girls do. They just get pregnant and when they're young, and most of them, not all of them though, most of them do nothing with their lives. You know? So that's just the deal. But she's just like, Risa's just mean. She's nasty and mean, and she thinks that you owe her something. I don't owe her nothing, man. She's the one who cheated on me, so she's a cheater. She steals from me. She stole my cell phone and sold it to a pawn shop. And I got it back, thank God. And I had some sermons in there and everything like that, and thank God I got it back. This is the phone that I'm using now. But she and everybody I talked to. Said that was wrong. What's that? What's that animal over there, man? What's that? Gotta get some water soon from the well, and thank God that the well can't be any closer. It's only like 20 feet away, for God's sakes. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, thank God. I'm gonna get some water soon, my love. Okay, water. Daddy's gonna get water soon. Yeah, okay. I mean, I gotta get a connection of water. You can get connection now. Before, like 2 years ago, you couldn't get a connection. Now everybody could pay for a connection. They have these plastic sort of fireman hoses. Less than that. Plastic jobs, and then you can get it connected to your house, and you can get water that way. I mean, her grandmother has a connection. It's time for me to get a connection because I don't want to get water from the well anymore. It's such a pain in the neck. Because you have to, climb those steps. It's only 2 steps. You climb those steps and climb down again with the water, and then walk with the water, and then you're lifting up the water. It's just too much at my age. It's too much. I don't need exercise like that. I'd rather do regular exercise, not something that's gonna hurt my knees and my stuff like that. But I did everything for this woman, though, man. I gave her an opportunity. I actually we made a store over here in this house before she left, and then we made a store way before that. At her mother's house, we made a store. Okay, so we made, and then we had a chicken store about a mile away from here or something like that, or whatever it is. It's like a mile away. It's like in the corner. We used to sell chicken. Her and Kathy and some other people would be, cooking chicken and selling chicken at the corner. You understand what I'm saying? So we used to, I gave her an opportunity to have that. I bought a car for us. I built this house, and now she has another little tiny place to live in, and so now, like in the court, I could just take the pictures because I'm gonna be taking further video. I took video. It's already up there on my YouTube account. The video of her house, and I'm gonna be, wait a minute, she can't come over here. She doesn't need to come over here because she has a house already over there. So she's actually shooting herself in the foot by having a house, because this is gonna be a much better house than that one. It's gonna be much longer and have a basketball court, God willing, and have this and have that. And she doesn't need to have this because she has that already. So she's actually shooting herself in the foot by creating a house, making a house for herself, which is, it's okay. She wants to make a house. Okay, fine. That should tell everybody that actually is really 100% sealed tight, shut case that is over between us. Because, when she had her problem and her mother, hi, my love. when she had a problem in her mother's house and her brother's house, she didn't come over here. She knew I didn't want her. Why didn't she, I forget my English here. Why didn't she come back over here? She knew I didn't want her back. She knew that she had to play under the rules. See, there are rules to everything. If you jump out of a building, you're going to go down. You're not going to go up. Even if you have a jetpack, by the time you turn it on, while you're falling, you're going to be falling. The jetpack is not going to even work. You jump out of the Empire State Building, okay, you're going down. You're not going up, though. If you jump out of a chair, you're not going up. Yeah, you could jump, but you're still going down. It's the laws of physics. And, she has to understand that everything doesn't revolve around her. See, I think she's very childish, and she's going to be 40 years old next year. And, this year she's going to be 39. I came here when she was 31. Now she's going to be 39 this December the 28th, God willing. And next year she's going to be 40 freaking years old, man. She's going to be an old woman. 40 freaking years old she's going to be. And she acts like a child. She acts so... The most immature person in the Philippines that I've ever seen or talked to, okay, even girls that are way younger than that, okay, is Riza. She is a very immature person. It's not that she acts immature, like she acts flaky or anything like that. It's just that she doesn't act like a woman. I don't know, like a woman. Like, you had people coming in Atian's office the other day. The way they talk. The people at the office. Because I don't go anywhere, so that's the only where I can compare. It's just, my house, the office, and a couple of other places and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? People act like women. I don't know how to explain it. They just act. They do what they have to do. They do it in a certain tone. They do it in a certain disposition. They act like their age. If they're 30, they're gonna act like 30 years old, but you're gonna see them in the computer and doing what they're doing, concentrating on that, not flaky and not childish and not, you know what I mean? They just act their age. It's just they act mature. Riza has a woman's body, but she doesn't act her age. She doesn't act according to what her body looks like. She just acts like a 12-year-old, not like a flake, my love, but she acts like a person who's just thinking about herself all the time, and that's basically being childish. When you're young and childish, you think about yourself. You don't think about nobody else. You don't think about nobody's feelings. You play with your toys and you know what I'm saying. You don't think about nobody else. You're just playing the whole day, and now she's forced to do other things, but she just goes around the village talking and talking and talking and talking, and that's her life. She's just a mean person. She has a nasty attitude, very mean, but it's in a quiet way. It's a quiet way. Sometimes she slams the door in my house. That's why she's not coming here. I don't want her slamming the door in my house anymore. I don't want her slamming the door to such a degree that the door is going to come off. Okay, you know, so it's a 300-pound door. Milky, Milky, my love, Milky, Milky. It's just, I don't know what else to say about this video. Come here, my love, Milky, Milky, okay, my love? And I tried to give her milk, but she rejected it at around 4 o'clock. So, I mean, you know, she rejected that milk. You cannot force my daughter to drink or eat. Not eat, but, you know, like take her food or anything like that unless she doesn't unless she wants. You know, she's, you know, you can't force my daughter to do anything like that, you know. She's not going to open up her mouth, you know, that she's going to clench her teeth and that's it. I'm coming, my love. Daddy's coming, huh, my love? But reason, I think this video, I just want to concentrate on the meanness, or the nastiness, the muttering, the under the breath attitude of talking, under muttering, like a nasty attitude, like my money's her money. That's not the case. My money is not her money. So when I get money, I don't have to give her anything. I don't have to give her coffee. I don't have to give her. I have to give her the things that pertain to the kids. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have to give her anything at all. And she lost big time. This is the last thing I'm gonna say because I have to attend to my child. Coming, my love. I'm coming, huh, my love? Daddy's coming. Daddy's coming. Okay. I'm coming, my love. She lost out. Because every time Atiyan was going to give me something, let's say she's going to give me 32,000, peso. Well, 10,000 was going to be for Riza. So every 32,000, let's say she was going to give me 64,000. Well, then it's up to 20,000. Let's say she was going to give me 96,000. Well, then you got 30,000 I was going to give her. She lost out. She lost out. Now I'm not going to give her any money like that, even though she's, she certain changes happen to the account. But even though certain things happen to the account that change, it doesn't mean that she has power of the money itself, of the purse. So she lost out. Risa lost out by having a nasty, mean, disgusting attitude that she has, with me. Well, you see, you can't do that with Angelo. You can't. Some people will let you get away with that. I'm an American citizen, and we don't have that kind of attitude. We don't let people get away with that garbage. You're going to pay. And literally, though. So she could have a nasty attitude all she wants and stuff like that, but she's just lost. See, I'm not the loser in this whole thing. I get what I get every month and everything like that, and I don't lose. She has no income. She has no job. She has no retirement. She's only 39 years old. She has nothing. She's honestly the poorest of the poor here in the Philippines. And she needs from everybody. She needs from her husband, and she needs from her brothers, and she needs from her sister, and she needs from her papa, and she needs from this, and she needs from that, and she needs from everybody. If nobody gives her nothing, then she's literally, eating from the ground. Instead of being a nice person, a decent person, a humble person, and saying thank you and this and that, not when I coach you to say thank you, instead of being just a nice, decent human being to people, you understand what I'm saying? She's not. I have to attend to my child now, but I think that this audio has to do with the nastiness, the meanness, the ugliness. I'm not talking about her face. I'm talking about her spirit, the ugly spirit that she has, the ugly soul that she has. You understand what I'm saying? The ugly nature of her speech, of her muttering, of her disposition, her body language, everything stinks. And you have to pay for that. First of all, you're going to answer to God why you cheated on your husband and stuff like that. And not only that, you're going to, everything that she does against me, man. And I ran to a lot of, this is the last thing I'll say, I promise, because I have to go anyway. I've run into people who have treated me wrongly before. And, God made sure that they paid for it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I don't have to do anything. I just sit back and collect. I told her that you cannot treat a Christian like that and get away with it. See, I'm not Oscar. I'm not these garbage boyfriends that you used to have.
Okay, that you could just do anything to, and you could just intimidate because you have a lot of cousins and brothers and whatever, garbage army. Like she said, oh, I have an army. Be careful because I have an army. That was like she said that like freaking 4 years ago. Where the hell is her army when she's hungry? She got no damn army. I mean, this is the thing. She uses language like, oh, you know, I have custody of Sean. You have custody of nobody. God has custody of you. Okay? God has custody of you. You understand what I'm saying? God has custody of you. And God can take you out at any time. You don't have custody of nobody, man. All the children that open up of the womb are mine. God has custody of our kids. No, nobody has custody of nobody. Ezekiel chapter 18, by the way. I mean, he has custody of our kids. You don't have custody of nobody. You don't even have custody of your own soul. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she acts like she 80% of the custody battles are won by the woman. She said that like 5 years ago. And she can't even pay for a lawyer, and she's talking like a big mouth. She can't even dream about having a lawyer. She can't even afford a lawyer. And I have so much presentations and stuff like that I have videos and how she's been with Anna and Sean and things like that will lead a judge, to actually just be so confounded with the evidence that it won't even be a contest. But forget about that. Well, I don't care about that. I don't care about who has custody of who. I don't care about that. I'm talking about this video has to do with the meanness of it all. That she's a very mean and nasty and ugly and dirty person. Both spiritually and physically. You understand what I'm saying? Take care. Okay, come here, my love. Come here, hon. I'm going to try to give you milk again. You want milky, my love? I'm going to try to give her milk again, and see if she wants it this time. Let me turn off the recorder. As I put my code. This is an awful phone. I mean, I love Atiana and everything, but this has been an awful, terrible phone. This is the worst phone I ever had. Not technology speaking wise, but everything, you have to put your code for everything. And it locks up. It's just awful. I wouldn't get another Samsung Galaxy if you paid me for it, Okay. I'm off, guys. Take care.